So today I will detail Book 9 of the Odyssey. Or at least, like, the Cyclops part, because who gives a about flowers? Alright, so, like, basically Odysseus is, like, on this island, and they're, like, drinking and eating stuff. And then they see another island in the distance, and they're like, hey, we could use help. We're trying to get home, so maybe somebody can help us on the island. And so Odysseus is like, let's go look at the island, but everybody's like, no, don't look at the island. So he's like, I'm gonna go look at the island. And so they went to the island. So they arrive and they're like, wow, look, some Cyclops, they're very uncivilized and dangerous, better not fuck with them. And then they walk into a cave that was home for a Cyclops and try to steal shit like his cheese and animals and stuff like that for food. But Odysseus was like, no, don't do that, we're gonna be friendly and just ask for it instead of steal it. So they set up camp in the cave and wait for the Cyclops to return. And when he does, they don't actually say anything, they just kind of wait around until he notices. Lucky for them, though, the Cyclops was pretty nice. Or at least he was until Odysseus fucked it up by saying, like, you have to give me shit because Zeus said so. Which pissed off the Cyclops because he doesn't like the gods, you know, he has, like, something against them and he thinks he's better than them, so why would he take orders or try and help someone affiliated? And so he eats two men. And this obviously pissed off Odysseus, like, what the hell, dude? And so Odysseus draws his sword, and he's gonna go be a badass and slice him, but then he's like, God, fuck. He covered up the entrance with a boulder. So, I mean, they were basically stuck in there until they came up with something better to do. Which, I mean, eventually they did. The next morning, after the Cyclops left, they found a branch and started carving it to make a steak. Like, a really big steak. Like, a really big steak. And then they hide it under some shit, literally, and wait for the Cyclops to return. And when he does, they have this, like, whole plan hatched to give him the alcohol that they had from their ship. So they do, and he's like, damn, this is some good shit. And so they're like, hey, you want more? And he's like, hell fucking yeah, I want more. And so they do. And the Cyclops goes like, and passes out, you know, because alcohol. However, before he does, he asks for Odysseus' name, and Odysseus says Nobody, which is pronounced nobody, and so he tricks him. So, you know, they do the finishing touches on the steak, char that shit a little bit so that it's extra good and will melt the skin and, you know, close his eye and everything, because they're geniuses. And so, you know, they go to stab him, and everything goes really well, actually. It totally works. And the Cyclops is like, oh no, friends, help me, I'm dying, help. And so his little Cyclops buddy come over because they are good friends. And they ask him, you know, what's wrong? And he goes, nobody has hurt me. And so they're like, shut your bitch ass up then, we're trying to sleep. And Polyphemus just goes, God! And waits until morning. And in the morning, when he's trying to let out, like, his sheep to, you know, go graze the fields or whatever, he can't see who makes out, so then it's like feeling everything because he can't see, so he's only letting his sheep pass. But here's the thing, Odysseus and his men stuck themselves under the sheep, so when he's feeling them, he doesn't feel the men. And it totally works. They get out without him noticing, so they could have just went home. But of course not. Odysseus is an egotistical little c***, and so he decides to boast. Haha, get f***ed, I stole your eye, I'm Odysseus, suck a d***. Which, I don't know why they would do in the first place, as the guy literally said earlier that he was stronger than gods and wasn't afraid of them, so, I don't know, but they did. And so, you know, the guy who was stronger than a god threw a hilltop at them, and they all died. No, I'm just kidding. But Odysseus wasn't satisfied and kept bragging. But here's a little fun fact about the Cyclops, Polyphemus. He's the son of Poseidon. So, you know, he just prays to his dad and is like, fuck these guys up, make them never get home, and if they do, make it And so that's exactly what happens. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Title drop.